following video you are about to see may contain disturbing images and scenes unsuitable for certain viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Jerk here. And I gotta tell you, this is a video I didn't want to make, but it's a video I felt needed making. Basically, I'm going to show you how busted and ridiculously overpowered this ship is in capable hands. Back when it was introduced, it didn't have equilibrium of power, and it was very capable of wrecking entire teams already. There are plenty of videos in my archives here of me demonstrating that. But then Wargaming looked at the data, I guess, and said, this needs a buff, and dropped the skill floor beneath a Udachi. That made the ship so easy that I essentially quit playing it, and on the rare occasion that I did, I turned off EOP, because that's just putting the game in easy mode. But for the sake of this video, I put it on, as you can see in my commander setup here. And I also want to mention, this is my first game of the day in it. That's all it took. The patch note should arrive tomorrow, and will there be something in there to fix it? If I had to guess, Wargaming will say something like, hey, we saw your complaints about EOP and fires, so we increased the AP damage to encourage people to use a different ammo type. Okay. Okay. The ship, let's see, lots of guns. They shoot very fast. If you wanted to get crazy nuts, you could get the reload below 4 seconds, which I don't even really want to put those toxic ideas out there. The armor's thin. There's a 25mm bow, so you can bow tank cruisers. In fact, you can bow tank the Odin and anything less than 15-inch guns. It's got radar. It's got sonar. It's got all the tools you'll need to make life a living hell for the red team's brief stint on this planet. Now on to the game. We're back on Estuary. I got center spawn, which if you don't know is my favorite spawn on just about every map, as it gives you access to the entire enemy team. I took aggressive positioning, turned on the fire hose, and the Azuma was gone with not even 2 minutes into the game. Now it just becomes a matter of firing at anyone I can, lobbing shells over this terrain, battleship, cruiser. The Cleveland doesn't care, as it will happily shred anyone who doesn't do the wise thing, which is to go to the corner of the map and turn off the game. I just popped my radar there to make sure nobody's being sneaky, but nobody is. And I will say that is one and probably the only downside of using equilibrium of power instead of fully packed. I really could use that last radar later. But for many people, that's a sacrifice they're going to be willing to make. The Red Wichita has found himself between a rock and a fireplace. And we'll take this moment to have a look at everyone's positioning. Our east side is pretty spread out, with little to no one spotted, usually the sign of a collapse. And our west side is pretty much clumped into one square, unable or unwilling to move. Longtime listeners will know this really grinds my gears from a winning standpoint, but from a Kraken standpoint, it's actually pretty good, as the red team will angle for them and just let me keep doing my thing. With the red team going unspotted, I have a couple choices to make. Do I wait around here in what could be a long, boring standoff? Or do I reposition to go support the east side? And I decide I'm going to go support the east side until it becomes obvious this Richelieu is going for a suicide run. So, I'll stick around, and with me being the gentleman I am, I'm going to help facilitate that choice the Richelieu's made. So we'll just back up and start blasting away. And with the rate of fire that Cleveland has, I can give some love to the Richelieu. I don't want the Wichita to think I forgot about them, so, I'll send some back their way too. But what we see here is actually very good news for me. The Wichita has given up the flank. and is turning back to their spawn, which means a couple of things. I can head the Wichita off the pass, which sounds right out of a cowboy movie, which is, come on, it's great. And two, if I sink this Richelieu, the Kraken hunt begins. And you're probably thinking, but jerk, you'll only have 2 ships sunk. You'd need 3 for a Kraken, and 4 more for a 6-pack, and 5 more for a jackpot. Are you telling me that you're seeing that already? Yes. Yes, I am. And it all has to do with the game flow on the minimap. These cruisers are now flowing east, and their west side has not wrapped it up over there. There are lots of ships left for me, and our 4 ships back in the west are now out of the game for the foreseeable future. So instead of this being an 8-on-5 as it would insinuate at the top of the screen, we really have a 4-on-5 and are down a ship. This is something our ships on the west should have realized and reacted to about 3 minutes ago. As I'm always saying, you want to dictate the game, not react to it. Control the engagements to your benefit and not let the Reds decide how things go down. I'm going to switch my dual 6-shooters over to AP to ambush these banditos and hopefully catch them with their pants down around their ankles. Let's see how that goes. Charles Martel gets 1 shot off of his rear turret, erased from the game in about 12 seconds. And the Wichita, being your typical Wichita player, takes the 1 good shot I'll give him at my broadside and fires HE. Whereas I will use AP and remove an additional 40% of his health. And the Wichita, also being your typical Wichita player who does not understand how the game actually works, will try their one move that they know works on everything. Bow in. But, well, that won't work. And I will admit, I had completely forgotten about the Tsar, and that could have gone quite poorly for me. The Tsar shot AP, but fortunately all through the front of my ship. Questionable choice here to stay broadside for me and try and hit me with the sea mines. But when somebody's going to offer themselves up like this to the Kraken, I'm going to accept that offering. And here it is. Kraken 164 in the Cleveland.
That was a great battle.
You're right. That was a good battle. But it's not over. Oh, we're just getting started, baby. There are 2 ships left, and I am spotted by the destroyer. I probably popped my radar a little early here, but I was really hoping that destroyer was in front of me, not behind me. And I'm going to try and get the 6-pack. Salvo after salvo. And, you know, if I wasn't using EOP, that destroyer would be taking more damage. And this little battle probably would have been over much more quickly. But as it is, this little booger is going to duck back into the cover and stay safe for now.
All stations, defend that area.
Now, I could have chased that destroyer down, but my sonar's on cooldown, so I'm going to make the safer choice and go to assist on the next target, which is a battleship. A Nagato, to be specific. And you're going to see the Amalfi and I take him down pretty quickly, and hey, even some of the guys from out west, they're going to get in on the action now. But with this salvo, we are going to secure ship number 6. That's right. We go down to the liquor store, pick ourselves up a 6-pack of Curries, and taste the Rockies. And now, we have just one last thing to take care of. So with the cold one in hand, we'll turn to D to chase down this destroyer in pursuit of the Lucky 7 jackpot. It's been probably a month or two since I've had a jackpot too. And this is really the only time that fully packed would be better than EOP. And it's not exactly a common occurrence, but it has happened to me on more than one occasion. We're just having that last radar, find that hiding destroyer. I'm going to use my last sonar here and avoid the torps, which is more than I can say for the hunt behind me. And I'm just trying to bait him out here into shooting. This is always just so boring when the game is over and they're just running. Anyway, I will save you all the suspense. The destroyer is going to get away. That's going to wrap it up for this video, and hopefully this demonstrates how a Cleveland can just run an entire game by itself. Will there be something to help change this in the next patch? We should find out tomorrow. Hopefully there's a new Global XP ship like the Bayard, please. Or the Lenin. What ships would you guys like to see? Let me know in the comments below. Or if you have anything else you'd like to say or ask. Hit like if you think the Cleveland is overpowered. Hit dislike if you're an HE spamming noob. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Guys, let's check out this end screen. 4,273 XP. Just putting the weight of the team on my back there. All right, guys. I'll see you all out there, and we'll talk soon.